First off, I don't care what you people say. Never follow rules. I'm a trendsetter anyway. Okay, I march to the beat of my own drum. They say I need rules in my life. Well, I got some. That's one. Kill the competition. Two. Be a loyal dog. Three. And if they snitching on your man, send them to the mall. Four. When you party, go hard till you hit the floor. Five. If you didn't see me do it, what the hell you asking for? Welcome to my world. SINA.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Big Llama Show. I'm the Big Llama. It is the Sunday night live stream. We come to you live every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on YouTube and on Twitch at Blkout_AD and on Twitter or X. That's where we are live every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's me tonight, just for tonight, for right now. Blkout AD will be here shortly. He's a little bit indisposed at the moment, but he will be here shortly, as he just hit us up in the chat. He's coming, brother. One more. He'll be right here. Yeah, he's taking care of some business, and he'll be right on with us. Before we get started, if you guys want to hit us up with some questions or some things, please hit us up in the chat. I look forward to answering questions on the chat, engaging with you guys and talking with you guys. But before we do, the thing that I want to do that AD doesn't like me to do is let me promo the stuff that we have going on this week. Obviously, Vampire Diaries is something that we're doing as TV reactions. We got those coming out this week. We've had episodes 5 and 6. Actually, both of those, the watch-alongs are hitting either... actually, episode 5 is hitting tonight. The watch-along, and episode 6 is hitting tomorrow morning, I believe. So the 2 watch-along versions will be available for channel members and on Patreon. So if you guys have those, you will be able to see and watch those together with us. There was an issue with episode 5. Episode 5 has all of the audio, so it'll be an interesting watch for you guys to do that. And then the actual YouTube edit version hopefully will be out tomorrow. We're almost done with that one. And then the long-awaited Notebook should be out by Tuesday. And then we'll have some new movies to come out. So very, very excited to get a lot of the content out. Very excited. And we recorded some more stuff this week. So excited to sort of show you guys some new stuff that's out there. Again, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel and for all the likes, all the subscriptions. Every day we're growing. So I am just excited about that. So again, me solo tonight. I'll need your help. Again, give me some questions and some things you guys want to talk about. One thing I did want to mention is, you know, I've been on Twitter a lot. I've been, you know, tweeting some things, and there was a lot of Star Wars discussion on there. A lot of people hating on the Acolyte, which I want to talk to AD about when he gets on here. But I don't know, man. It seems like a lot of people are just hating on Star Wars in general. And so I don't mind that people hate the content that comes out. I don't mind that people dislike certain things. It's the reasons that you dislike it. So that's kind of the discussions that are happening online, and it kind of gets irritating that it's the same old shit and people are just trying to, you know, like review bomb certain stuff. Like, just enjoy it. Enjoy the fact that you have Star Wars content that comes out on a regular basis, that you get to watch things. That's what I like to make sure that we have. So, you know, things like that are things that irritate me. Hey, it's oh no, he's not there yet. I was gonna say he's Blkout AD, but he's not there just yet. But yeah, no, it's like, you know, if you're gonna dislike something, dislike it. I don't mind you dislike, but it's like, what's the reason for the dislike? Why do you hate certain things? That's kind of my whole. That's what I hate, is when people just hate shit just for the sake of hating it. What's up, AD? Welcome to the show, sir.
What's going on, brother? My bad. We're on the Valo grind right now.
No, that's fine, man. I understand. I was filling in.
But I think that's what we need to spend a lot of time on, because it feels like, it really does feel like they're just fucking nitpicking at this point. At like, I'm not saying Acolyte is great, but I'm honestly saying I'm enjoying it to the point where, like, even I hear like reviewers saying like, well, if you like this, I feel bad for you. Like, things like that. It's like, no, I think it's okay. Like, I personally watching it, I think if they would have edited it in a certain way, I think if they would have put the flashback episode before the episode prior, it would have flown a little better. I think if they would have played a little bit longer on the mystery of like the two sisters being alive and making it seem like it was just Osha. I think they kind of pulled that curtain a little bit too fast. But other than that, I mean, the end of the episode had me. I don't know how you felt watching the end of that, but like, I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I've been wanting.
No, I mean, it's and that's what I'm saying. It's to me, it's not a great show, but it's not a bad show. It's just it has elements. It has great elements in it, great storytelling. It has you wanting more, and it's different. It's just something different. But what I was alluding to, and I was talking about, is like there was a whole thing I was engaged in Twitter about, I guess.
I was laughing because you're like, I've been on Twitter. I was like, oh, you don't say.
Well, I'm always on Twitter
every day.
But my whole thing is like, it's gotten to the point. It's gotten to the point where it's a little annoying that it becomes like almost like politics, and that's what's annoying me about things that like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and everything else. It's like, okay, you can call it woke, you can call it whatever you want, but it's just people like this stuff. It's fantasy, it's content, it's great. But like when you start putting like, and unfortunately, people who aren't like not true, but who haven't covered the material before, like all of a sudden I'm seeing all these new content creators that like, right, oh, it's the end of Star Wars, and they hate the thing, and all of a sudden they're getting, hundreds of thousands of views. There's a market for it, and that's fine. That's fine. Like you gotta take advantage of where you can, but it's like, it's annoying. It's annoying to have to, like, I'm okay if you don't like the show, and I'm okay if you critique it, and I'm okay if you say, hey, these things are terrible. That's fine. But like now you're almost like, the funniest thing was it's so political that like they review bombed anything called Acolyte on Rotten Tomatoes, which is hysterical. There's a movie called The Acolyte. There's another show called The Acolyte or something to that effect, and they review bombed all of those and put Star Wars in it, so you knew it was a manufactured thing. And that's what annoyed me. I was like, see, that's not even like real anymore. It's not like real people like pissed off about it. It's now an agenda.
I don't know. I don't know. When you watch media, things like that happen. Like they put the people behind it when they see like action. I think it is a genuinely dividing show. Now, people I'm talking to in real life are enjoying it.
Yeah.
But it was funny because, my girl's bartender, and one day I was just waiting for her to get off, and I was drinking or whatever, and there were some dudes on the other side of the bar talking Star Wars, and I was like laughing to her, like they're really over there like hating on the technically they hated on every show that Star Wars has dropped. But one thing that it makes me think of, and like I think we've kind of been a part of it too, to an extent. I feel like we're pretty fair with our critiques on things, like if we like it or we don't, But I feel like at this point, it seems like they can't even put okay shows out. Like, not everything is going to be Avengers Endgame. Not everything's going to be the greatest thing you've ever seen. And I think that's like, there can be like mid-tier shows that are just good for what it is. It doesn't have to be an epic, like I get like Star Wars started on the big screen, but like they're trying something different. It's like, if we, and I say we as in like everybody critiquing it, if they critique it more on the lines of like being more fair and not looking at it as a Star Wars property, but just like a show, they can, I don't know. At least for me, like I went in skeptical, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
and I stated that. I was like, yo, it's cool. Like it's got my attention, but I can see where they could fuck it up. I can see where it could be really good if they execute perfectly. And I don't know. I think it's just a good show. Like it's a decent show, good watch. Like I'm enjoying watching it. Obviously, I like the aspect that everybody is talking about it, which makes, to me, is a sign of a good show. Whether you like it or not, like if it gets people talking and gets them watching, if people really hated it, why are they still watching it?
Right. They're watching, and it has it's highly rated. It's got lots of views, and what's funny is like, and you and I have talked about it when Boba Fett came out. Like I didn't like Boba Fett at all. The
Yeah.
Book of Boba Fett. I thought a couple episodes looked like the old Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like it just looked really bad. Like, but I didn't like it, and that was fine. But I wasn't like telling everybody don't watch any more Star Wars shit. Like it's the end of Star Wars. It was like they just hit. Like, look, it was a bad idea or a bad execution on a pretty decent idea, and they fucked it up, and that's it. Like, okay, next, what is next on the?
I do believe they are
yeah.
putting people in position for these shows that aren't passionate about it. They might be okay with like having a show like let's just try to make a good show, you know, but they're not passionate about Star Wars. I think that's one thing that I feel like is warranted, because you should have people that are passionate about the properties they're working with, right? Like, imagine they gave me a budget for a Mortal Kombat movie or some shit, you know? Like,
right.
I'm gonna try to make it the best it can, like what I would want to see as a kid growing up, seeing that for the first time. But I do feel like that's warranted. Everything else is kind of like, well, if you don't like the show, then that's cool. But it's not a terrible show. It's not god awful. The writing, yeah, it's spotty writing. You know, again, if you critique it objectively, it's a moderate show. It's cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm tuning in every week because I like where they're taking it, and I'm also intrigued as to how they wrap it up. And supposedly this episode is going to be the one that kind of gets that in motion. So, you know, I think even after this show, like after this episode, if you can be like, you can watch this one and be like, all right, well, I don't think they executed it properly. I think it's even lower than I perceived the week before. I think that's fine too. But yeah, I think they're just harsh on the show for no reason.
Yeah,
obviously,
I mean,
it's a woman-led show in Star Wars, you know.
But again, I mean, listen, like I said, and that you may have an issue with that, and that's fine. You could, but like it's again, there's some stuff that I like that was completely terrible, that I know was terrible, but I love She-Hulk. I thought that was a great show. I love the Ahsoka show. I thought that was great, but it didn't stick the landing. Like it sucked.
Yeah.
Like the last episode was terrible, but the episodes with Anakin in it and all that stuff I thought was amazing. It's like, you know, like it's hit and miss, but that's okay. I just like the fact that there are shows I can watch on Star Wars. There's things that, because for a while there was nothing, right? For a while there was nothing. It was few and far between, and then the movies, we got spoiled. We got movies that came out. The movies didn't do so great because they had 10 different directors, and that's fine. But like, and look, what I liked was that somebody has said this. It wasn't me, but it was somebody wrote, look, your original trilogy, right, was yours, right? And then somebody else's original trilogy was the prequels, and they absolutely loved the prequels. And then some kid's original, you know, first time seeing it was The Force Awakens, right? So like that, and it's, so that's your
that's another
experience.
thing I think that's very toxic about everybody's negative backlash. That, yeah, people are easily influenced, man. You know what I mean? They read it 100 times in a day. They're gonna kind of go, you know, agree with it. And I think it hurts the show because you're not letting people just get their fair critique on it. But I don't know, man. Again, this shit can end really good and flip everybody. That's another thing. Like, think about how divided the show is. Like, imagine it ends very well, where it has everybody kind of like, you know, we were kind of fucking wrong. Like, they might have did something with this. Like, what if that happens? Then, you know, are people gonna switch their POVs, or they're gonna go harder at that it's not good? And at that point, you know, it's a how you say, like, orchestrated. I don't know.
Right.
Either way, I'm excited to see this episode, man. I truly am, because I think this is going to be the episode where it will, if it starts getting better and starts captivating and flips to people, because they've been, I don't know, you got to think, like, a company that big, speaking of like Disney, like, you got to think they have, like, all right, we've been shitting the bed the last couple, you know, this is the one that people are they want to hate this. Let's get them now, you know, like, otherwise you guys got to fire everybody. You might as well just sell Star Wars.
Right.
And just let it die. You know what I mean? Like, or just put it in the shelf where Walt Disney's hiding. Like,
yeah, I think unfortunately it was the Marvel, we'll say, well, the Marvelification of everything, right? Everything had to be a Marvel universe. Everything had to have, 7 movies and 12 shows behind it. And that was never Star Wars's MO. It was never their thing. There is this creative stories, based around the collective, right? But it was never like Marvel. They never had the history that Marvel had. So unfortunately they tried to, copy and replicate that, and it just didn't work out. Take your time with Star Wars, put out a couple of good movies, and then you can have a couple of shows that fillers here and there, but like, it's not Marvel. It doesn't have the vast, number of characters that that you can build shows off of. And even Marvel is overdoing it, right? But then now they're scaling back. So they're going back to their roots and saying, okay, put a couple of movies out, put a couple of shows, not a show every month, a movie every other month, that type of thing. Because that, for a while we were spoiled. And man, it's like Pixar, right?
Spoiled, like half the shows we liked, half the shows we didn't. Or me speaking for myself, half the shows I watched, finished, half the shows I started, didn't finish. It was a lot, and I think, we've been talking about it for weeks, man. Like you just got to go to the single stories. Yeah, you want to do it in the properties, and people love it. Like people are gonna watch anything Star Wars puts out. It's just a fact. But give us higher quality things. It doesn't have to be all the time. We'll wait for it. Like you guys are the reason we want more content out. It's because you guys started feeding us all this content, and everybody else in the industry starts doing the same thing. Think about like even Power. Like how many shows Power now? Don't get me wrong. I love the Power universe, and they're doing wonderful things over there. But
yes,
to me shows it can be fucking done.
Right.
You can
totally
can have 4 shows. They literally have BMF, Ghost, the season 2, Tommy Show, and then
Raising Kanan.
Raising Kanan. Like I'm tuning in every week, all four shows. Like they have something over there. And if the rumors are true and they're canceling all their shows to bring everybody into one and have like the older timeline and like a newer timeline with everybody in it, bro, they're gonna do it correctly. Like say what you want about Stars. I don't know if Stars is doing much or it's 50 Cent and the team that he put around it. But whoever is over there, they're putting out great stories. Of course there could be things that could be better, I think. But overall, they're giving us great stories in different locations, different shows, and the whole Power universe is tuning in every week.
Yeah.
Tuning in every week.
Every single week. I'm on it. I'm on it like clockwork, man. I absolutely love it. Before we move on, let's acknowledge some folks in the chat. We had Katie join us really early, so Katie's there. Tang is there. He said, "If it ain't end game, I don't want it."
See, that's the wrong mentality, brother.
That's right. You got Roman 2 Raw. Chat Mom says she almost missed the show.
No. Welcome in.
She said she forgot what day it was. Who am I and the time?
Yeah, Gabe put on his Twitter like Thursdays for the boys. I said it's Sunday. I knew this guy wasn't locked in. Wow. Why'd you put that up? Yo, Bird wants to know if you're going to the fights with him, dude.
I gotta find out. I gotta find out because I don't know what's happening on the weekend, so I gotta ask the wife and figure out what I'm doing. But it's a really cool idea. I probably have to bring the boys though, because I can't go without.
Yeah,
they absolutely love that stuff. So it's intriguing. So I haven't given them a different.
I love like after a big fight. I mean, any fight really. I feel like they're both tuning in or like chiming in on like Instagram, like they're posting about the fights and stuff. It's actually hilarious. I'm like, yeah, the younger generation is definitely.
Oh yeah, every Friday, Saturday, if there's a fight, they are watching. They're at somebody's house, usually mine, and they're watching the fights, and they're staying up all night, and they're playing the games. They're loving the shit out of it. So, so it would be cool to kind of go down there and see it. So, I just have to get back to you, Birdie. I haven't forgot. I just haven't asked the wife yet. I haven't talked to her about it yet.
The Bears season 3. I still haven't watched season 2.
Yeah, I haven't watched The Bear at all. Although I do want to watch it.
Talking about shows you can do, I think that's a show.
That is a show. The kids have asked me to watch it like 10 times over. So
no, I've seen the first season, and obviously me working in the kitchen my whole life, I always told a big homie because he loves cooking. I always say like if I do nothing but cook, I'll be fine because I just do it good. You know what I mean? Like it's something I'm really good at, but I don't have passion for cooking. I always said, I was like, yo, there's got to be like one day there's got to be a show that like really shows what it's like to work in the kitchen, because everybody goes to that movie Waiting with Ryan Reynolds, and like I love Ryan Reynolds. I don't think that's like a great movie. I think it's like a funny movie for like what goes on in the kitchen, and it is kind of true. Like a lot of stuff they were pretty accurate with, but it's also like over the top. I feel like Bear embodies like all elements. What really like what it feels like. It even embodies the like feeling of like what it is to be in like a dinner rush and shit going wrong, and you have to like be on the fly. You know, like that shit's a different feeling. You know, you see it like working in the kitchen. Some people just can't handle it. Like it's like for me, it's easy. I'm like chilling. I'm like listening to a podcast, like high as shit, like cooking it. Like, you know what I mean? Like get out of my way. Like I don't really need help. You know, like I'm all over the place. But you'll see people like this is busy. It's like, yeah, welcome to dinner.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. I think I'd step back there and just flip out and like run.
That would actually be a hilarious video idea if we got all of us to work a kitchen for a dinner rush.
I couldn't. I don't think I could at all because I'm telling you because like my brain I would say I would give myself some points. I think I am intelligent, but I am not fast on my feet.
That's very true.
When it comes to like the cooking stuff, I would probably break everything. I'd be like, fuck this, and just start throwing shit.
But the thing is, I think you're a hard worker, you know, and I think that factors in. Like because it's also repetitive being in the kitchen. So if you're there, if you can work through it and learn what the process is, because there's a process for everything. Like I work the fry, like every job I work fry, because for some reason I just have like a mental thing in my head where I'm like, all right, well like as soon as the ticket comes in, I'm like, all right, let me set up the plates, let me drop everything. All right, drop this, and this at this time. This is gonna be right. Like my brain is fucking moving. Once you get that like kind of like pattern, you're like, you can chill. You know what I mean? Like, cause sometimes I'll just be like, it's busy as hell, but I'm just not feeling it. I'm like, all right, I'm flying through the motions. You know what I mean? I'm not even here. That's why I get all these fucking ideas. I'm just sitting in my head all shift. Like, I can't wait to go home and go do this. I gotta edit Vampire Diaries episode 6. You know, like.
No, for sure. Let's see. True. You low-key can't go on social media like before because, yeah. It could get the show's gonna get spoiled, or again, people are already biased against the show, so you really can't go on there. Ron wants to know, is he the only one watching House of the Dragon? No, I'm watching that show, man.
I know Tang is as well.
Man, I love that freaking show. That show is great. That show is great. That's how you do a spin-off series.
Yeah,
for sure.
Again, it can be done right. It just needs the right people behind it.
Stars overall, top tier movies and shoes.
I need them stars ones, yeah. Shows. Now, I don't know what movies they're dropping that I'm watching. Like that's like Stars original, but I am watching a lot of shows, and there's other shows on Stars. I mean, Heels, perfect example.
Oh, that's right. Heels
was on Stars, and that's a fantastic fucking show. Now going to Netflix, which me and Birdie were actually talking about how Heels being on Netflix and the WWE like moving to Netflix and being on Netflix will help Heels out, because it's like a show that I think wrestling fans can really get behind. And if numbers do well on Netflix, which they're gonna push it and see what happens. Because again, if Birdie's thinking about it, Netflix is probably thinking about it too. Like, hey, we can use the WWE, build the show up. People loved it on Stars. People didn't want it to go. Obviously, we felt the ramifications of like how much people wanted to watch the show every week, and we're really engaged.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think that also goes back to Acolyte. It's like people are engaged, good, bad, or indifferent. It's like show's good enough to get people talking every week. Because if it was that bad of a show, it would have stopped after episode 2.
That's true. Or again, the numbers would have just told you that this is a terrible show.
Yeah.
Nobody's watching. But the numbers keep going up. Chadwick says, "Are you excited for the next episode of Bridgerton?" No, my wife has watched Bridgerton, and I have not. But I know that all the girls on TikTok are talking about some mirror scene. Gets them all hot and bothered. So
come on, dude. I gotta deal with enough horny llama a week.
During the week, make you uncomfortable.
If you know, you know. Yo, by the way, man, I didn't get to partake in the early discussion about Vampire Diaries, but fucking another great week, man. Another great week. I'm excited to get the next episode out.
It was fun. It was a fun recording session. I look forward to them, man. I really do. I really do. It's a fun escape for me, just to sit down and shoot the shit with you. But I think we take on new personas when we do the show.
Yo, it's a very weird thing because I edited last episode that dropped, and then we recorded this one. So like already I'm trying to like be an editor brain while I'm in the moment, so I can like think about it, ahead of time. And I'm like, damn, like we really like switched up. Like we have like a weird like dynamic in this show where it's like we're joking about everything, which I don't think I've seen you make that many jokes in a recording. Like you're like on the cuff, like making jokes. I'm like, oh, I gotta step up a little bit. Like that's a good one. So I don't know, man. It's a fun time. Like we said last week, man. Look, you can see it when you're watching the videos. I think it reflects the numbers. Like we're having a fun time, genuinely laughing and shit.
That's the thing. I think that's where I think the pressure is off. I think that's why you see me cracking more jokes, because honestly, I'm not feeling. First of all, it's a shorter time span, right? But I'm not feeling the pressure to do anything more than just have a good time. And my whole thing, and that's the other thing too, is about you being there as a counterpart, is to try to make you laugh, right? Like I know I'm trying to make the audience laugh too, but
whatever, dude.
My whole point is, I do. I honestly, I want you to be the one laughing. I want you to throw your head back and laugh. So like, I'm not that I'm thinking of things, but like when something pops in my head, I'm go, oh, that shit's funny. I got to just say it. Let me just say it now. So I put it out there, and some shit that we're saying is so outlandish and so crazy,
so dumb,
so dumb that it's actually working. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it's great. It's funny. And then now we've got recurring jokes. Now we've got like whole bits going. It's so much fun. And so I think it's almost like being a fan of a show, like not the show itself, but like us doing the thing. It's like being a fan of somebody's reaction, and we just keep bringing back certain pieces of it. And I'm like, okay, I'm having a great time. So if you have not watched any of them, go watch a couple of those episodes. They're funny. They're fun, man. Shit to do. They're fun stuff. Chadwick says that's not true. You're fast on your feet, at least with comebacks. Sometimes.
Depends on the situation.
I got to tell you an admission right now. Like, dude, I was rendering most of the 2 episodes, right? So that I can upload them tonight and tomorrow on the watch alongs. And so while I'm rendering, I was like, all right, I can't when you render, I can't edit. I can't do anything on the computer. So Chadwick hit me up and he's like, hey, you want a game? I'm like, yeah, let's go game. When I tell you that he likes to play Call of Duty, but I like to play the quick short maps because you know me, my motion sickness, right? I'm like, fuck it, let's just go. He likes to play zombies. That's a 45 to 50 minute like commitment each round. So we played 2 rounds last night or the night before or whatever. I got fucking motion sick. He's fucking cracking jokes. And he's like, you're not even laughing at my joke. It's not funny. I'm like, I'm trying to hold on to like look at my screen and like I'm like looking down half the time. I'm still motion sick. Like right now, when I look at my screen, it starts moving a little bit. I'm still not 100%. So I was like all fucked up like today and last night. And I was just like, the room is spinning. And I'm like, damn, I'm old. But anyway. So yeah, he was cutting up, and we usually cut up and we joke around, but man, he's like, he said a couple things, and I honestly thought not I was gonna throw up, but my head was spinning that bad. I just put my head down, and like I wasn't even shooting half the time. I was just looking down at the game. I felt so bad. I thought we were gonna lose the match. Oh man. Anyway, so that's my admission, Chad. I was motion sick half the time, and that's why I wasn't shooting. I feel like a jerk. No, don't worry about it, man. I kept playing. We didn't lose. 80s go-to comeback. Gia?
Yeah.
What
No, because they'll say something. I'll be like, yeah. He's the only one that I feel like he's the only one that really picks up on that. I'd be like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Nice.
I like your
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing.
I don't know where it came from, but it gets to laugh every time.
every time you do it, man, it hits me.
Honestly, I do know where it came from. Fucking Hen Dog would do it, and then I started doing it.
Bertie says he binge watched Resident Alien. Is a sci-fi show. 10 out of 10. It's hilarious. I did see the promos for it. I did want to watch it. I just haven't had a chance to, but I heard it was pretty good. So Resident Alien.
Resident Alien
on Sci-Fi. A little play on words. So let's see. Oh, no, again, he said he feels like a jerk. So I was gonna ask you what your thoughts were on the on Justin Timberlake's issues. I don't know if you saw his
Yeah, I mean, who knows, dude? You know, guy's a grown up. He made a bad grown up decision. He's probably very sad. I don't know. He also, who knows, like how I don't know the details. So like how drunk he was, or like whatever he like the breathalyzer said. I don't know none of that. But obviously, it's gonna be a headline because it's Justin Timberlake. It's like that guy hasn't done. Think about it. He's been out of the headlines for pretty much his whole career. You know, it's like same thing with like Will Smith. Like you see Will Smith's like human side.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's kind of that same thing.
Well, I'll tell you, I had a weird reaction to it because typically I will go along with the jokes and whatever that comes on. Yeah, I have a good time with when a celebrity does something stupid. That's a stupid move. Like that's a dumb judgment call, you know, whatever. But people make mistakes. You're human. All of us will make a mistake.
He's also
in our
rich
life.
enough he could have just, you know.
Of course. You get an Uber, you get a driver, whatever, right? But I had read somewhere that, again, this could be tabloid, but I read that he's had some issues with drinking over the years. And so maybe he's relapsed. I don't know. Who knows, right? But I kind of had a weird reaction to it because I'm kind of sad because I'm a big fan. Like so it's one of those weird things. Like I've never really had that reaction to a lot of celebrities, like doing something stupid. I'm just like, yeah, good for you. You're an idiot. But because I'm a big fan of his and I enjoy his stuff, not like fan, like, oh, I really like, no, I am truly like a fan.
Yeah. I
kind of felt bad for the guy, but at the same time, I kept saying, you're an idiot, dude. Like you could have done better. But again, I don't know what's going on with him, whatever. But then I was like, why am I apologizing for him? He's not my friend or anything, but anyway, it's just, it was one of those, it was a weird reaction. I never had one like that for a celebrity. And I was just like, man, it's a weird thing.
When you like somebody, I'm sure you watch them in movies, you've seen, think about it. Basically your whole life, not your whole life, but a good portion of your life and basically my whole life of him being everywhere. You know what I mean? Whether it's NSYNC, whether it's his own career. Like obviously Pharrell's one of my favorite producers is my favorite producer of all time. Has a lot of influence on his earlier albums. Obviously, even the Jay-Z songs. Like you gotta think, like throughout our whole, our adult lives, he's been around, and it's like, again, you see the human side of it. And I didn't know too much about the, him maybe relapsing and stuff. That makes it even more sad because it's like, damn, if he is going through something, then you see a human mistake where it's like, we all make mistakes, but it's a little bit different when everybody watches you, everybody knows you. Like think about it.
Right.
You feel shame when you do something wrong that you know is wrong, and people around you, talk about it with you. You kind of feel shame about it. Imagine everybody in the world talking about your one mistake, in years. It's a tough thing.
What, and the worst part is there's it's not a fast moving news cycle. There's nothing else happening. So like you're waiting for like the next thing to drop, but there's nothing else happening right now. So he just kind of just permeates there. But I don't know. I don't think this impacts him too much. I think he's fighting it in the courts. His tour hasn't been canceled or anything. He might delay a couple shows, but I think he moves on.
I mean, he didn't do no Diddy shit. Like.
No,
he had a DUI, like not good, but some fines, maybe some probably they'll probably make him do like some alcohol, some community service shit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna impact his career per se. Now, if it happens again, or like even like fucking John Jones, like John Jones hit somebody in one of those crazy nights, like if something like that happens, then you got to kind of be like, what the fuck's going on? But
yeah,
isolated incident, it's not as bad as like I don't think it warrants fucking 10 days of coverage. Now the jokes are funny though,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They are funny.
Yesterday, Senorita came on in the kitchen. I said, Margarita, I'm driving with you.
Yeah, like there was one that was, they showed him dancing on the stage talking about, sir, can you walk a straight line? And I was like, that's pretty funny. But again, I wasn't partaking in the sharing of things, but I was like, it is funny shit though, but I just felt bad. But it was a weird thought process. I was like, yeah, I'll bring it up during the show. See what people think. Let's see. Chadwick Green, one of our channel members, along with Chat Bomb. Thank you very much. Fame can psychologically can be psychologically damaging. He has handled his fame pretty well, but his one mistake shouldn't determine his career. That's true. That's very true. Yeah, I mean he's done well for himself. He's been out of the spotlight a lot, in and out, and he's fine. So again, the fact that he's fighting it, and it'll probably be just a bad news story on his record.
Also, like, people never talk about like, I don't know, when you do something for so long, it doesn't matter at what level. You could do it as a hobby, but you do it for your whole life, and then it starts to fall off. And you do it especially at a high level, when you are doing it at a high level for a long time, and you start to see like, oh, maybe people don't care. And obviously we don't know who he is as a person, but speaking on the like psychology of it, it's like you got to think he tried to do a country album, didn't really work out. Like people weren't really feeling the album like they might have felt albums prior to that. Then he kind of got roasted because he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go make a hip hop album again, like hook up with like Timberland and like try to get that old sound back. People are like, oh, when your last album flops, now you're coming back, So you got to think like, not that he can't put out another great album, but it's got to like mess with this psychology. Like it does have to fuck with him a little bit. Like, man, I'm not as big. But again, like he could just sell out on his old shit, which that probably affects him too. Like I want to make new shit that you guys are listening to. Now my old shit, I'm tired of these songs. It's been fucking 20 years.
You know what I read, man, which is fucking crazy, is that his first album and again, first album I think was produced by Pharrell, most of it.
The Neptunes.
Yeah, but most of the songs, and I went and I looked. Most of the songs were offered to Michael Jackson first, and he declined them. And whatever Michael Jackson declined, he took. He's like, all right, you don't want him, I'll take him.
Yeah.
And if you literally close your eyes and like think of Michael's voice, essentially they all sound like Michael Jackson songs, the first album. And I'm like, holy shit, this guy, I mean, again, great album, great bunch of songs, but just imagine like Michael Jackson's like, nah, I don't want that shit, throw it away.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that happens all the time though. Like Ed Sheeran wrote Shape of You for Rihanna and was like, yeah, I'll probably just take this song. But like, imagine Rihanna on this song. That happens all the time in the music industry. I don't know. It's we'll see, man. I think he could drop something fire.
I think so. I think he's just he's I didn't think this album was too bad. I thought it was pretty good, but again, I'm a big fan, so I thought he puts out anything, I'm like, oh, this is great. I know my biases. I know when I'm biased, so that's kind of like at least I can respect myself and say that. Like I know that hey, his album wasn't that great, but I thought it was good. But I know why I thought it was good because I like his shit. Anyway. You were streaming today, so
yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to continue to grow, bro. Like a lot of shit's been going really well. I think I've come down a little bit. It's actually a thing I've been thinking about for like the last 6 hours because I was like, man, last week was such a really good week for in terms of card selling, right? And I was like kind of making fun of my last month's sales because I sold like $200, and I was like telling my friend, I was like, I really was like, damn, I'm making this shit happen. I'm gonna quit this job soon, like shit's gonna rock. And then I blow up this next month. I literally was joking about how like I actually have refunds now because I've sold so many cards that people are like, some people just with the retail game too. That's one thing where it kind of bothered me because I'm like taking my time with these shits, like packing them right. Like I'm not sparing no expense in terms of like making the brand look good. I got black envelopes. I even ran out of black envelopes. I was like, bro, I got to order like 150 of these. Like I thought, it was going to take me a little bit. Like it was a lot of like growing pains, but good growing pains. And, it still brings you down though. Cause it's like, damn, like I fucked up, maybe I got to inspect these cards a little bit more. Maybe whatever. I got to package them right. Maybe I just pay shipping on everything. If I make $20 on something, pay shipping and just take the little bit that I can just to ensure that I'm selling, whatever. I'm thinking about it. Obviously, Blackout as a whole comes with the card business, and I was like, damn, like this week I kind of feel like I slowed down a little bit. Like I need to get on the content grind. I need to edit this video fast for Llama. I need to stream some more. I also need to go back to the Whatnot streams because I was like, I can make money on there while also selling these single cards and really speed the shit up because though I feel down about it this week, overall, like Blackout's coming, man. It feels like that. It's funny enough, my mom, she wanted me to shout. I told her we might have to bring her on the Llama Show, but she wanted me to shout her out because she actually came to me and was like, I want to build a TikTok brand. It's for women her age, for like giving them a lot of information, a lot of food, like things that she's eating, kind of like a lifestyle thing. And you could tell she's passionate. She's been texting me every day about it. And to me, it's funny because like even going back to Florida, my stepdad was talking about like he paints cars. He was like, yeah, I want, be cool to have cameras in the shop and like while I'm working. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah, everybody wants it.
But also, that's what Blackout is, right? Like seeing my mom excited about it gets me excited. It's like, all right. And then even seeing like her talk, she started the TikTok shop. She's like making moves, and I'm like, I gotta step up. Like, yeah, I'm doing a lot, but like, I gotta keep going too. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta push harder because if to me, seeing the value of like building a brand and stuff like this, something I've been talking about for literally years now, and now it's coming to the mainstream. But the fact that I was really ahead of it, and like now I'm starting to find my footing and find ways to make money to reinvest back into the business. Yeah, I'm like, even doing the Vampire Diaries, it's another push forward. Like, bro, the amount of growth we've had in the last couple of years, again, right now it feels like, oh, this is where it's bubbling. Now it's starting to bubble. We put the water to bubble 3 years ago, and now it's starting to boop, boop, boop. You're getting Patreon subs. You're getting channel members. Like, you're actually putting content on that side. And yeah, man, I'm proud of both of us, and I'm just hyped because I'm like, another 3 years, where are we gonna be?
Exactly, and we're gonna keep grinding for sure. Although, Birdie says the Big Llama Show is the official halftime show of the Blackout Valorant shenanigans.
Yeah, man, Valorant's been very fun. Slow pace game. You might actually thrive in it, man. It's very slow pace. You gotta hold corners. You might thrive in it. So.
See, I might be good. No
motion sickness. There's no movement.
That's why I got to get my motion sickness under control before the Black Ops game comes out. With that omnidirectional.
Yeah, you're not gonna have a good time.
I'm gonna turn that omnidirectional off. All right, so there's a question for you. Out of curiosity, it's from Chadwick. Out of curiosity, what's Blackout AD's thoughts on the Haktua viral stuff?
I think it's hilarious, man. I think it's hilarious. I think it's a factual statement, and I think that's why it's going viral, right? Like, the truth is spreading fast. But I feel like with like the last like 3 big viral moments, I feel like I caught it the night before, and this was one of them. Like, I was like, the night before I saw it like 2 or 3 times, and then the next day it's like everywhere for the last week now. It's like you're getting Tua from the Dolphins memes. Like, there's a lot of funny shit going on. It's hilarious, man.
Look at it. He says, "Preach it, the truth." No, when I saw, I did see before it was viral, or as it was becoming viral, and I heard her say that, and I go,
"That's funny."
Okay, I was like, yeah, she's not wrong, she's not wrong. But
spit on that thing.
Yeah, I was like,
all right.
I was like, man, it was funny as hell to kind of see her do it, but then I started seeing it everywhere, and I'm like,
it's just funny when something like that blows up, and like random people will be bringing it up. You're like, why do you know about that? Like,
right. Well, I love when the news covers it.
Yeah.
When the news covers, like, do you know what you're covering? Do you know what like she's talking about? You know what she's saying? Like, come on now, like. The Hawk Tua girl. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! Do you know what she's referencing? Like, and they're like, they have no idea. That's when I love it. I love it when it hits mainstream, and you have no idea what the hell that is. But yeah, so let's see, all blackout girls Hawk Tua. Let's see. You're doing it, though. But
that shit is dumb as hell, though.
No, I mean, but it's a moment like that just takes off. Like, you just never know what that moment is. Not planned at all, and it just happens. It's funny as hell. It's just funny as hell. But I like it. I like the fact that it's out there. I like that they have now remixes for it.
Yeah,
that's when you know you've hit the stratosphere.
I'm waiting for somebody to put that soundbite before a song and just rap for 10 minutes straight, just bars. I'm about to hop Tua and spit on that thing, and then boom, nasty beat drop.
Your moment's coming soon, buddy. Yeah, I you know, I don't know if my moment's coming soon. I'm sure I'm going to say something stupid online at some point. Somebody will pick it up. Herc's in the building.
Yo.
Hey, Herc,
we need you. We need you on the Valorant grind, brother. Come with us.
So is Valorant available on PS4?
Yeah.
No?
Oh no, probably not.
I got to upgrade. I
don't know. Yeah, dude. You better. Yo, channel subs, Patreon. Go check this guy out, man. Putting great content every week. Help this man get a fucking PS5, brother.
Let's just get a GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFundMe for the Llama's PS5 fund. Sponsored by Blkout. We're taking time.
That's right.
We're taking time.
Yeah, we'll give you your cut. We'll give you your cut. Herc says, I'm beyond proud of the success on all fronts. Keep killing it, y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much. What do you guys think K-Dot performing on Juneteenth? That
was wonderful.
And he kept repeating the song. What he played like 7 times?
No, he didn't do it. He did it 5 times. I don't know. It's actually unclear. Some people say 6, some people say 5. But that, I was telling one of my friends, right? I was like, yo, when you put it in perspective, think about this. Imagine Drake owned his own football team and they were dominant and won every so often. They were the champion of the league. And K-Dot owned his own football team and they were champions the opposite year. You know, it was like going back and forth, and they never played each other in the finals. And then one year, 10 years down the road, 10 years down the road, they finally play each other that one time. And, K-Dot was having his parade around the city. That's basically what it was. It was like he undeniably became that guy of our generation, and I'm obviously a Drake fan, huge Drake fan. Love Kendrick too. Both their albums played pivotal parts early on, like Take Care and Good Kid, Mad City played pivotal parts to like me just, I think, finding my own voice as a person, so seeing that, it was dope, man. And obviously, like, you see how united LA is right now. Like, you had people from different gangs on the same stage dancing together. Like, that's a special moment, man. A true hip hop moment that will go down. That's like as big as like Jay-Z on the fucking Summer Jam screen. Like, that's one of those moments that will be talked about. Like,
oh yeah, man. There's a lot of good stuff that came out of that, and he was wearing a Tupac esque outfit, all that stuff. It was cool. It was cool to see. Let's see. Chadwick says, bro, I'm going to send you an Xbox S. Birdie says all games are free. Yeah, K Dot popped out and showed people. Oh, that's right.
Shit! Look who it is.
Oh, John Gillen.
Back at it.
Yo, what's up? Road to 10K. Thank
Let's
you.
go. He's gonna hit it.
We are gonna hit it for sure.
From your mouth to God's ears.
That's it. Chad Mom says it's embarrassing when the news says stuff. For sure.
Yeah, it does. It'd be awkward.
The weatherman killed it though. Oh, that's right. That weatherman does take rap lyrics. I think that guy's funny for sure. Let's see. K Dot on his victory lap. Herc says road to 10K is so real. I love to see it. No, for real. I didn't think that was a real thing, man, but it is. It's right around the corner, man. We can feel it. Valorant grind. Okay.
We've been on it, brother. I've been putting people down.
I'm gonna have to see what I can do. See how I invest. We're reaching the end of the show. I didn't get to talk about the one thing that's happening in my house. The dreaded COVID has hit my house.
Dude, it's 2024. Get over it.
The dreaded vid has hit my house. My youngest caught it, and my mother-in-law has it, and it's interesting. But like you're supposed to treat it like the common cold or the flu now. So it's like if you don't have symptoms, you're fine, I guess. But
take some vitamin C, brother.
Yeah, no, I feel fine. I don't think I have anything.
Emergency saves lives. No, I'm so serious. There's some days I'll feel like, you get the sniffles and stuff. I'll drink an emergency for like 2 days and it's gone. That shit's fucking
what?
And shit.
One of these days I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna bring back here my my vitamin/pill regiment as an old man. Like I literally have one of those that has like morning, noon, night, like dispensers. And every time I take it in the morning, I want to take a picture and be like, and send it and be like, never get old. But I think that's what keeps me going, because like I take multivitamins and a couple other things, and plus my medications and whatnot. And I'm just like, damn, what the fuck? What happened to me? It's like there's like 10 medications in here. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? But it keeps me alive. So
you're young and spry because of it, brother.
I guess so. Let's see. Chadwick says you need to get the patches or non-drowsy Dramamine. Okay, that's for the motion sickness. Do you need a script? Oh, that's right. This is Dr. Green. He is a doctor. So if you can prescribe that, I'll take it, sir. I'm in Florida, so if you can prescribe medical marijuana, I'll take that too.
It's legal. It's legal.
It's legal. So I can see.
That would be a great day to smoke with Llama.
It would be great.
I would love to laugh at you.
Argus says, is sleep apnea contagious like COVID? I think our Blackout Tampa trip gave me something. Oh, no. No, Guy Llama. Wait. No way you got sleep apnea after the trip, dude. I wore my mask and everything, dude.
Yeah, that's why, dude. You brought the germs in the house. Contaminated.
I wore
the closest to you.
But no. I wore a mask to sleep where the air literally funnels back into the machine and it goes right back out. There's no way he breathes my air when I'm sleeping.
I don't know, man. Weirder things have happened.
Unless he was like close to my face, like looking at me sleep. There's no way.
He was watching you sleep. It was crazy.
Herc, I hope there was cameras in there. I'm gonna talk to the Airbnb guy.
Hey, I need the dates of this day and this day, please.
I need to see what Herc was doing because he got too close. Let's see. I know a guy. Yeah, no, for sure. As if sleep apnea is contagious. Oh no, brother! I just found out that if I get a good night's sleep, like 8+ hours, and still feel tired throughout the day, it's a sign of sleep. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can think you are sleeping all night long and then wake up tired, and that's you sleep apnea. Contagious? Not at all. Maybe it's
I have marijuana. That too. Holy shit!
Maybe all of you need the fucking sleep apnea mask, you fuckers.
You're a jerk, dude. Never again will you get invited to a B&B of ours.
Hey, I didn't say. I was at least respectful and brought my mask so you guys wouldn't hear me fucking snoring the entire night, because I would have kept you all up all night long if I didn't bring my mask.
I was knocked out. You're no way. That's one thing about me. I'll go to sleep. I don't care how loud it is. I'm gone. I'm gonna get my 8 hours.
Versus I just thought I was riddled with anxiety. Nope. I snuggled with Llama in his mask. See, there we go. I have for the sleep stuff. Okay. Get it, Herc. We can market a blackout CPAP machine for sure. I'll be your first. I'll market it for everybody. I literally could never sleep with a mask. I can't even sleep. Because I have arms and skin. Oh no, trust me. It's a freaking. It's an adjustment. No, trust me. It's an adjustment for sure. All right, enough about my apnea. Oh my god. I feel attacked now. Because there was I watched the. No, I watched the Joe Coy Netflix special.
Yeah.
And he has a whole like 5-minute rant on sleep apnea, and it's fucking hysterical. But I like afterwards, like my wife was laughing too hard, and I looked at her and I was like, I feel attacked. I'm feeling like this was too funny for you.
I feel like you're betrayed.
Yeah, I feel like this is way too funny. Anyway. Let's see. It takes a good amount of time to get used to. Oh yeah, for sure. Gabe has a wake apnea. Oh my god. All right, so we've reached that point in the show where we must say goodbye to everybody. But I want to say thank you to everybody who has come on the show. Thank you guys for joining us in the chat. Thank you to Blkout AD, as always, my co-host extraordinaire, and my partner in watching the Vampire Diaries every week. So make sure you guys look out for episode 5. It's dropping, should be tomorrow, and the watch-alongs are dropping tonight and tomorrow as well. So look out for those guys. And again, join us next week, next Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Big Llama Show on Twitch and on Twitter. And we'll have a replay tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on Facebook and on my other YouTube channel and on my Twitch. So we'll see you guys next Sunday. Peace out, everybody. Have a good week.
Later.
God damn.